So, as you can see, I became more professional and now have headphones. I have a nice microphone. And I am at the end of my Zoe 200, I think, path. So is after you've done your tests, then you start using your glucose sensor, and then Zoe guides you through a number of experiments you can do on your body to see how it reacts to different foods. And this is what I want to share with you. I prepared a few screenshots. Let's see. So I guess you see my screen now. Right. So this is the first day, the test day, when I ate for breakfast the muffins and for lunch the muffins. And this is my glucose monitor monitoring the content of sugar in my blood. And this is clearly the first peak from the first 3 muffins, and this is from the second muffins. Then I had dinner. And what I see is there is like a green box here, which is considered to be the right amount or whatever quantities of sugars in your blood. And I just went a little bit out of the limits, not too much. And Zoe will take this data because they know what I ate. They take this data, they take my blood measurements, which tell how fast I clear the fats from my blood, which isn't being monitored in real time like for the glucose. And then they take my gut composition basically from and they will know how what kind of bacteria I have in my guts and see and then they will match all this information so that they can tell what are the best food for my personal body. So here is day 1, and then I had been experimenting with different foods, combination, timings, exercise, and see the blood sugar level. This one was an experiment I ran by myself. Actually, in the first day, I had some beans and then white rice just boiled. By the way, I am I'm skipping breakfast. I'm doing this intermittent fasting. I start eating around 12 and I end eating about 8 p.m. So this day I ate the white rice boiled with some beans, and I had this, say, massive peak, I don't know. And the next day I thought I'd change the white rice to the whole grain rice to see if there was a difference. Hard to tell, to be honest, because so this lines here, I put them there as exactly the same size. It's hard to tell exactly because the baseline is slightly different in the two of them. So you see the white rice started higher, and the whole grain rice started lower. To be honest, here I was walking to the office, so it was like half an hour brisk walk, and I had lunch basically immediately. So I don't think I can see much, except I might say that this one has it's like a little bit smoother, and this one is much more peaked, but not like higher. Anyway, so then later this one is also another nice experiment. I had all sorts of things during my day, but this is my dinner, and this was red meat basically with butternut squash soup, so not much carbs that evening. But then at, I don't know, 10 or something, I had my minuscule slice of bread with honey, and created the massive spike. I just wanted to point it out. Then the next days, I had to experiment mixing, using foods with the same amount of calories, but with but different. So one is white bread and one is an avocado. This is full of carbs and this is full of fats. And so on day one, they asked me to have breakfast with only white bread, which was kind of challenging, but I could do it. And I had this massive spike in the sugar content. Next day, I did the same with the avocado. And this is the spike of the avocado. Clearly, there is not much sugar going around here. In day 3, they asked me to mix them. So I ate them together and I created this massive spike again. And then I had granola, yogurt, and crisps for snack. And this also created the big spike. Of course, I hadn't eaten enough here, or I didn't feel fully satisfied. And in the evening, I made myself and my wife a nice spaghetti with shrimps and cherry tomatoes that were really good. But it like spiked up. And then I ate 5 blue biscuits and another spike. On day 4, I ate the bread and then I had 30 minutes brisk walk. And clearly the spike that is, of course, happening, it's much less pronounced. So the walking takes the sugar and uses the sugar to make you walk. On day 5, it was food sequencing. So like I ate avocado, then waited 10 minutes and then ate. I didn't have bread that day, I'm sorry. I a bit muddled up this experiment. But anyway, I had white rice instead of bread, and I had a lower spike, probably because the sequencing matters, right? And then after this, there was this interesting test of eating the same food, but in different forms. And I had potatoes that day, boiled potatoes. So at breakfast, I ate reheated potatoes that had been in the fridge for at least 24 hours. And this is my blood sugar peak. So it's less pronounced than the freshly boiled potato that I ate, which is also interesting. This day, 27th of January, I did no experiment, but I made myself a cacio e pepe pasta. And boom, it really went through the roof. So cacio e pepe is made with cheese, cacio, pepper, and also a kind of bacon. So it's very fatty because of the cheese and the bacon, but also very it has lots of carbohydrates. I have to say, I used also whole grain pasta in this case, but still I had this massive and long tail of the sugar. And I remember, so if I now piece together various feelings I had during these tests, I really can feel when I have a lot of sugars in my blood. I can feel a kind of pressure. Maybe I had experienced it before, but I could not relate it to anything. It's a kind of pressure that comes a bit everywhere. It's not in my belly. It's not like, my belly is full. It's like inside me. It's really a strange feeling. So anyway, so I've come to the end of my testing days, and I'm really looking forward to stopping using this sensor because it's great, but it's not. It's good that we can provide this information. It's been a hard week in the sense that every time you eat, you better like note down what you ate and when you ate, and eating anything. It's like I have to take the scale and write it down. So it's a bit of on the heavy side for requesting like all this work, and also the sensor holds 8 hours of data, so you need to read it before getting asleep and reading immediately after you wake up or before you do anything, because otherwise it will start screaming, as it did at one night for me. I forgot. But I'm really looking forward to getting the results from Zoe, where they piece together the information that I got from the things I could see, which was the sugar, but the things that I still don't know, which is how my body reacts to fats and how my gut biome is made, and what they like and what they don't like, so that I will then be able to create my lunches, eat my food with you know, that fits my personal body, really. So I'm looking forward. I hope it's gonna come tomorrow, really, and we'll see how it goes. Bye.